Hello, my name is Ruth McKeaney. Welcome to Hillside Farm. We are getting ready to start the fall series. Fall is my favorite time of year. Leaves are changing, the air is getting crisp, and the countdown to the holidays starts. So please join us because we are going to be doing fantastic cookings with some different fun favorite recipes. We are going to be doing decorating of our home and gardens. And lastly, we are going to talk about intentional gatherings for both family and friends in the upcoming holidays. Please join us and don't forget to subscribe. Welcome to Hillside Farm. I'm Ruth McKeaney, mother of 5, wife to Bob, lifelong host, and a passionate believer that any space can feel like home. Here at our 307-year-old family home, hospitality is more than a meal. It's about loving others well, making them feel seen, heard, and deeply welcomed. We invite you to subscribe to our channel, Hungry for Home, to discover beloved family recipes, meaningful conversations, gardening tips, decorating, and to always feel at home. Welcome to Hillside Farm. My name is Ruth McKeaney, and I'm here with my dear friend, Eileen, who is from England, and she has graciously agreed to come over and talk to us about how do you transition your gardens into fall? What do you do to prepare the soil? When do you cut things down? When do you plant what you plant? And she's going to talk to you a little bit about what we have and then what I'm doing to prepare. So what do we got?
This is a really interesting garden. This is a very natural garden. This has taken years to develop. You can't really see, but the dark grass underneath
is black Mondo grass.
Mondo takes years to grow. So this has been, what, 10 years I put these in?
No, I put the black Mondo maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It hasn't been 10.
No, but
it doesn't.
Slow.
It takes a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've got verbena, which is wonderful. We're trying to develop, as everybody knows, gardens that are pollinating gardens, and we're just developing as things go on. We've got verbena, we've got the wonderful allium, the bees are on it. I don't know if you can see, but there are probably, 50 insects on here right now. And then we have figs, which is new. You planted this
a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and it was tiny.
It was literally about a foot high.
Yep.
And the fun thing is I use figs in so many things, but I love figs on a good cheese tray and to put with crackers. So it's so fun that I'm going to be able to walk out and grab that fig.
They're not quite as big as some people's figs. If it was on the house wall, they might be bigger, but they're slower, so they'll be better in about another 3 weeks. You'll probably be able to pick them.
Okay.
Then we have classic rosemary, which is perennial. This particular one is perennial. It's always a bit hit and miss. This has been here for what, 6 years now?
A long time. So the fun thing is we decided not just to put the herbs solely within the enclosed garden, right? Bob built the fencing as a garden for me, but with Eileen's encouragement, we put a number of the different herbs on the outside. So, I mean, they're so natural looking, right? So we've got the rosemary, we have the creeping thyme all along the walkway. And again, it will come back next year if the weather holds up for the winter. And then along on the other side of our walkway, we have mint, lots of mint, along with the Japanese anemones. We've got peonies, all just a mix of herbs and flowers.
Yes.
And you're the first person who ever suggested that to me, because originally I thought, how am I going to fill this entire thing with just herbs? And you said, oh no, in England we mix the flowers and the herbs, and it's become one of our favorites. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And then of course Bob made, the whole fencing.
Gorgeous.
So come show me what's going on in the herb garden.
Yep.
And then how we're going to care for, shut things down, and prepare.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we are in my herb garden, which we divided early on into 4 different raised beds. Originally, and I think I've shared this before, originally I had put 4 tomato plants in the center of each one. It was a disaster. It was a mess. And it took Eileen telling me I needed to anchor each bed with maybe a boxwood. And that's what we've done, and it's phenomenal.
Well, I thought it needed a bit more formality. It is at one of the main entrances of the house, which is terribly important. So we went along and we did the 4 gorgeous boxwoods, which we just keep clipping. And we also have obviously one in the middle, which is really fabulous. Then everything around it, we have coneflower, echinacea, we have rudbeckia.
Basil.
Yes.
More thyme, more rosemary.
Chives.
I call these black-eyed Susans, but they're echinacea.
Yeah.
What, and I forget what this
This
one's
is
called.
phlox.
Phlox,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable. And then we have catmint, which I've talked about before. They're around my apple trees. They line this because the deer won't come near here with its other name is nepeta, but catmint is what we call it. Let's see if there's anything else.
We've got chives.
We've got chives.
And dill.
Dill, oh, there's the dill,
Yep.
and parsley, and then over here I even have a purple basil.
This is very
It's-
sweet.
It's very sweet. I mean, it sometimes has a hard time making it throughout all the seasons, but it's fun to see. So, as I'm heading into fall, when do I cut this stuff down?
Yeah.
How do I do this? I do know, given our prior conversations and the fact that I love the kitchen so much, is a lot of these herbs can be made into pesto. I can freeze pesto. I can prepare that in advance. I mean, I love a fresh pesto. So I can cut all my basil down before it dies and do that. What else can I do to save and prepare and then turn over?
Okay, so because this is more of a formal area right here, not the natural garden that we were just at, I would definitely take down nearly all the herbs that you see here. Now, there's now a lot of people like to leave their plants up to let the insects stay in them. They've now discovered it's very important. So depending on where your herb garden is, you can leave it if it's far away, but cut it if it's, this is the focal point
So
right
when
here.
do you cut it?
So any of these can be cut end of September, going in October.
Okay.
They tell you because they get nasty looking. They get brown and funny looking. They will tell you the catmint can come down, everything can come down so that you have a beautiful clean slate.
So what, I don't mean to interrupt you, the ones that are perennial, you're cutting down.
Only because they look nasty, but the perennials will come back, like the echinacea will come
Right,
back.
these all come back,
Yeah,
but the
the allium.
annuals that were in there, like the basil,
Yeah.
I am taking out.
Yeah, you're taking out your basil because you're going to cook with it.
Yes.
You can cut a lot of these chives, chop them up and freeze them.
Because those will come back.
They'll come back.
Right.
Really, in here right now, the only thing that doesn't come back is the basil
Yep.
and the parsley. This is also the creeping thyme. Actually, this one is English thyme. This has been here now for at least 3 or 4
Yep.
years.
Yep.
This one as well. And as you can see, it's typical of a garden that has different suns. Like there's a tree here which we want to keep. So you can tell where the sun is the most prolific bed is this one. So you know that this is going to be the weaker one. So that's why we have a lot of catmint here, because catmint will basically grow where
anywhere.
you want. Yeah. So really, Ruth, you'll just do what you always do.
Right.
You'll take all the basil down, you'll take chives, you'll take dill down, which you can freeze, and everything else you're probably going to have during the winter. If we don't have a very cold winter, you can take the rosemary in, everything. You've got something to keep you going all winter long.
Now, is there anything you do in the fall to prepare? Like, I mean, are you putting in extra special, are you feeding your soil at all or no?
We don't feed in the fall because you don't want to stimulate growth.
Oh,
But
okay.
we do put mulch down.
Okay.
And your lovely leaf mulch pile
Yes,
down there
yes.
is why we're doing it.
Right.
Because we just pad it through, and it just gives it a lovely layer of security from ice.
Yes.
And also, again, good insects like it, the insects you want.
Okay, so Eileen encouraged us early on to keep a pile of leaf. She says mulch. I love the way you say that.
Mulch.
I'd say mulch, but it's all the same thing. And again, it just keeps your soil healthy.
So important. And we can do a whole thing on mulch because Ruth and I both are on the same page with this. We don't put regular mulch down anywhere in any of the gardens we do. We only put leaf mulch down, and if it needs anything, we know how to add to it. Mulch is the worst thing you could do. It's just wood chips. That's all it is.
And
so
it piles year
piles
after year
up
after
and
year
up
and
and
takes
up.
all of
Yes.
the nutrients out of
Yes,
the
no
soil.
nutrients left often. And this is why you see this. You can see the difference between a garden that hasn't had mulch on it and a garden that has.
Right. Now I have a question. Mint, because we've got mint
Yeah,
in a lot
everywhere.
of places.
Yep.
Does mint come back?
Your mint does come back. And by the way, be careful with it, as everybody knows who grows mint.
Keep it contained.
Keep it contained. But guess what? We didn't, because I think it looks fabulous there. Did I fight you on that?
No, I love it because it becomes part of the walkway.
Exactly.
And I love to walk out and cut my mint and put it in iced tea and put it in different things.
I agree.
So all the way around this fence, on this side and this side, we have peonies. Now everyone knows peonies live a hot second and they're gone. But what do we do with them before the fall so that you're getting your maximum bang for your buck in the spring?
Okay, about now, they should be cut down. The
Middle of September.
About now.
Okay.
Now, we have had to cut them down in other properties before, earlier, and I have seen no problem. They still bloom. So I don't really think it's true that you have to keep them up till the very last minute. They're wonderful foliage for things to fill in, but now you could definitely cut these down. All your peonies all over the property, it can be done with no issues for harming them.
Oh, good, because these are, I mean, even though they only live for a hot minute, they're stunning.
Yeah, but yours live well. Shall I tell you why? They're under shade.
Okay.
When they're out in the pure sun, they're much quicker to go. But yours actually last about a week longer. With most people.
So basically 2 weeks?
Yeah, about that. 3 maybe.
So I'm going to take Eileen over to, we have hydrangeas that grow everywhere on our property. And you know, you care for hydrangeas differently. So I'm going to take you on over to our hydrangeas where she's going to let us know what to do.
I like that garden.
So all along our house, up by the house and down by the stone walls, we've put in a hydrangea because to me, they make a spectacular, just a big bang for your buck. And these hydrangea are, what is the specific name for these?
These are limelights.
Limelight, and they're on a tree. They're a tree.
They're called standards.
Okay.
That means that they're on one trunk or branch, however you're supposed to stay it.
And then in front of the house, we have Annabelles.
Yes, and lace caps.
And lace caps. And, you know, I realize that with different kinds of hydrangea, you treat them differently, you cut them down at different times. But I think everything I have gets treated the same. When do we cut them back?
We can cut them back in about a month's time.
Okay.
It's a long job, obviously.
Right.
The beautiful thing is, though, these will turn a slightly different color. These do
like
not,
autumn.
Exactly. And then you can take them in, give them to friends, which you like to do, or put them in the barn for things. And you cut them all the way down, and these are done every year, and look how big they are, all the way down to there, and they will come back without fail unless there's a disaster of
now,
some sort.
Regular hydrangea, the bushes, how low do you go when you cut them?
Only cut them like that with the Annabelles and the lace caps.
Lace caps.
Because you can't cut ever summers and things like that because you'll kill the flower.
Okay.
So the limelights and the Annabelles and lace caps, they can be cut all the way down to about like that, literally like that.
Okay, and they will completely grow back even fuller the next day.
Don't forget, these were all cut back last year. Look at them, and they're bigger than ever.
Bigger than ever.
Partly because we've had so much rain.
Okay.
One thing I will say, though, is your big fight all the time in this garden
Is deer.
So
we put up this
Yeah.
netting to protect the flowers from the deer.
It's the least, you don't even really notice it when you drive in. You really have to look. And honestly, anybody that is in deer area and has a garden, know you have to do it, else you're not going to have anything flowering.
Yeah. I mean, we usually are okay right around the immediate curtilage of the house, but out here we are not okay with it.
No.
So are there any other tips you'd like to give on going into fall for people who are you know, closing down their gardens?
Yes, I would definitely say to you, try and put some sort of compost or mulch on your main beds. Obviously, if you have a big property, you're not going to do it all over. But on your main flowers, your main shrubs, I would definitely put some lovely mulch on them. And if you have any concerns, you can always Google and say, if you're really worried, should we cut this now? Should we cut this then?
Okay.
You don't cut hydrangeas now, for certain hydrangeas. These you do.
Right.
Endless summers you do not.
Okay.
And those are usually the pink and the blue ones, which you
Okay.
don't have.
Well, I've got blue ones in the
Oh,
backyard.
yes, you do.
So
Yes, you do.
again,
Yes,
know
you do. I
what you
forgot.
have
Yeah.
because it's not across the board the
No.
same thing.
Yeah.
And then what month would you recommend putting in the tubers or the...
All the bulbs get put in, no tubers get put in
Okay.
till the spring. You plant them in the fall, but it can be as late as December we plant because bulbs like cold weather, otherwise they, as you know, bloom.
They start to bloom
Start
in the fall,
blooming.
and you don't want that. It weakens the flower.
Yeah, so you can plant your narcissi, your daffodils, your allium. If you don't have deer, Spanish bluebells, English bluebells, and that is a naughty
I mean,
little
the
dog.
list just keeps going.
It's on and on and on. And this property, if you ever spanned around it, you would see in the spring thousands of bulbs, which dear Ruth has said yes to on so many occasions.
Well, here's why I've been able to say yes. Because
stop
it's
that.
primarily to daffodils. Because you love the movement of daffodils and you like swaths
Yes.
of daffodils. And they're not expensive.
No.
And that's what's so nice. And a fun story, when my mom died, it was actually my favorite gift. You can go grab your dog. My favorite gift that someone gave was 100 bulbs, daffodil bulbs.
It's beautiful.
Because they come up around Easter, and it was to serve as a reminder every time they came up every year that my mom was in heaven, and it was just a beautiful gift to me. So that's why I have relented, and we go ahead and we plant lots of daffodils.
But she's glad in the spring because
Yeah, it's
you can do
gorgeous.
walkways of them, and we'll do a whole video of that because we've made walkways here.
We do walkways.
She
and
loves the
so,
walkways.
You know, there's just patterns of flowers that way.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't know this if I didn't know Eileen. So I hope you give all of this a try. I hope you reach out with your questions to Eileen.
Yeah.
And please subscribe because we have a lot more coming up. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.